Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something pretty radical, a corporate strategy that lays out a blueprint for turning a huge traditional conglomerate into a sleek, incredibly smart AI-native powerhouse.
Okay, let's get right into it. Because the entire strategy, everything, pivots on this one shift in how they see themselves. They're saying, we are not an agriculture company that just happens to use some AI. Instead, they're saying, we are a real economy AI platform. That means they're building the AI infrastructure for physical industries. We're talking farming, energy, manufacturing, you name it. And trust me, that's not just a branding exercise. It changes the entire game.
So how in the world does a massive company actually pull this off? Well, it's got to start by defining a completely new mission. We're talking about a fundamental rewrite of its corporate DNA for today's world.
And this mission, wow, it is ambitious. It's all about using AI and data to get a handle on every single part of their business. And not just in one sector, but across a whole ecosystem of industries. The big idea is to control the entire value chain, from the farm field all the way to the bank, with AI acting as the smart glue holding it all together.
Okay, so that's the what. But what about the why? Let's look at the foundation for this whole thing, because it's built on a few core principles that are basically non-negotiable. These are the values that make the whole strategy tick.
First up, and you could argue this is the most important piece, is the idea of building a data moat. They believe their most precious asset is their own private, proprietary data. So by building their own data platform, they create this incredible long-term competitive advantage that no one else can just copy. It's their secret weapon.
Next, they're going all in on vertical integration, controlling everything from A to Z. But here's the twist. AI is the secret sauce. It's the intelligent layer, that connective tissue that fine-tunes and optimizes every single link in that chain.
And this part right here is brilliant because it's so incredibly practical. This is not AI for AI's sake. Nope. Every single project, every initiative has to be laser-focused on a real, tangible financial result. We're talking cutting costs, boosting productivity, or growing profits. If an AI project doesn't hit the bottom line, they just don't do it. Simple as that.
Now this is where their strategy gets really, really clever. They basically structured their entire tech play into two distinct parts. It's this dual approach for making themselves better on the inside and making money on the outside. So think of it like this. On one side, they're building this incredibly powerful internal core engine just for themselves to make their own operations run better. That part is not for sale. But on the other side, they take all the know-how they get from building that engine and they use it to create commercial AI products that they can sell to the market. And that internal core engine, it's the heart of the whole operation. In their own strategy documents, they call it the central nervous system of the entire company. It's the whole shebang, their data platform, their decision intelligence system, everything. And once that internal engine is humming, look at what it can power, an entire universe of external products. It's incredible. They're basically turning their own internal efficiency into brand new revenue streams across farming, energy, finance, even things like smart factories and healthcare.
Now you might be thinking, okay, that's the nice vision, but here's the crucial part. This is not just some fantasy on a PowerPoint slide. It is a meticulously planned 12-month execution blueprint. And they're starting with the two industries where they can make the biggest splash fast: agriculture and energy.
So let's check out that first 12-month blueprint. We're going to start with their high-tech agriculture division. This is where the rubber really meets the road.
And notice, they're not trying to boil the ocean here. They are super focused. They've picked three specific, high-impact problems to solve first: predicting crop yields, optimizing things like water and fertilizer, and using computer vision to catch crop diseases early. It's all about getting quick, targeted wins to prove that the model works.
And if you had any doubt about how detailed their planning is, just look at this. This is not some vague R&D project. It's got a specific team size, a really clear budget, and, most importantly, a hard, measurable goal. They need to deliver at least a 15% jump in productivity, and they've got 1 year to do it.
So, all that work, the team, the budget, the KPIs, it's all driving towards this one very ambitious goal: slashing operational costs by up to 30% in the first year alone.
But they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. At the exact same time that Agriculture Pilot is running, they're kicking off a parallel blueprint for their energy business.
And you're going to see the same pattern here. It's that same focused approach. They've pinpointed the three biggest problems AI can solve for them in energy: forecasting power demand,
optimizing the grid to avoid those expensive peak times, and automatically spotting energy waste or system failures.
And just like the agriculture pilot, the energy project has all the details nailed down. A defined team, a clear budget, and a super specific, measurable goal for what success looks like. They need to hit at least 85% accuracy in their energy forecasts.
And the target here? A huge reduction in electricity costs, somewhere between 10 and 25%. Again, this is a direct hit to the company's bottom line, proving the AI engine is worth every penny.
Okay, so we've seen these two separate blueprints, one for ag and one for energy. But here's where the real magic happens. This isn't just about two separate wins. It's about how they connect to create this powerful, self-reinforcing cycle, a flywheel for the entire company.
And this just lays out their unique advantage perfectly. So follow this. The agriculture AI predicts the harvest. Then, the energy AI takes that data and uses it to predict how much power they'll need for things like irrigation and processing. And then that core engine we talked about optimizes the entire system to match energy supply with farming demand, cutting costs everywhere. That's a level of synergy a standalone company could only dream of.
You know, what's also really smart about this plan is that they are brutally honest about the risks. They know exactly how to fail at this. How? Deploy AI without clear financial goals. Build cool tools that nobody actually uses. Let every little department build its own separate AI systems. And, the big one, fail to do the hard work of building a single, unified data platform first. They know that AI without discipline is just a really, really expensive science project.
So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, by turning its core operations into a data-driven AI platform, this company isn't just making its own business better. It's actually creating a model that can connect totally different industries in a truly intelligent way. Which leaves us with a pretty big question. Are we looking at the new playbook for the entire real economy in the 21st century?